Marvel Snap's newest card is Sersi, and I had a phenomenal win rate with Cersei in High Infinite. Cersei is a 5/7 with an on-reveal ability that transforms the other cards at the location she's played into cards that cost one more. This gives her a couple of fairly obvious synergies. One of the major things that I've been talking about recently is just how many cards there are in Marvel Snap that make having low power but a high impact ability into an upside. This is one of those cards. However, it goes beyond just playing this card with good on reveals. It also goes into Annihilus decks, and that is, in fact, where it has made its bones for me. Cersei is a very powerful card at alleviating the downside of the void, and when you don't have Annihilus, turning it into an absolute lane winner. However, it's also good with powerful on-reveal cards like White Widow, or Debris, or even Rockslide. Hence, we end up at this list, which I got from Gnome Stays, but I don't think it's particularly necessary to track down the etymology of, hey look, let's play Cersei in our Darkhawk Annihilus deck. However, shout out to Gnome regardless. This is a powerful, powerful list. It does what it needs to do in a very reasonable way. The effective thing this deck is trying to accomplish is to marry points with disruption. And it has disruption both of the board and of the hand, or I should say, the deck. We have rocks going into your opponent's deck to make their combos less likely to happen. We have powerful cards in the form of Annihilus and Sentry and Debris and White Widow to clog up the board. And even when that's not necessarily happening, you have a Mockingbird game plan that Cersei also helps, because Cersei transforms your cards and then those cards discount Mockingbird, making this a good deck at getting one-cost Mockingbirds on the final turn of the game. And of course, we have a straight up points option with Darkhawk. Basically, this deck has a bunch of different directions that you can go in the final two turns of the game. Typically, you pick and choose which ones are the most optimal for the situation that you're in, and because you have so many different options, and all of them are generally powerful, but they are powerful in different ways, you are very easily able to make it through what your opponents are throwing at you. The Hood is a classic component of nearly every Annihilus deck, and it is, of course, a part of this one. One thing that I do want to address, though, I see a lot of people playing the Demon out early, and that can be useful if you're using Demon and Mysterio to discount your Mockingbird to 1. But one thing that I've really noticed is this deck thrives on playing a 5+1 on the final turn of the game. Sometimes it's just actually better to save that Demon until you know the lane where you're gonna need that 6 power. I understand that's a bit counterintuitive, but it does come up in a reasonable way, and I have actually made plays to make sure I have the Demon in hand, even at the expense of playing a powerful 5-drop on 5, just to make sure I have this 5+1 game plan with the Demon going into turn 6. Rocks! Korg puts them in your deck. That is the major function that this deck is trying to accomplish outside of disrupting the board, disrupting your opponent's consistency. You'll notice I named this deck Cope Stay 2, Cope Harder, because you are really incentivized to make Cope stays when you play Darkhawk decks, because if you get a couple rocks in there, suddenly we're talking like, all right, well, they might not have this. It's actually mathematically favorable for me to say they don't have this. A lot of Cope stays in this deck, thanks to Korg. White Widow is a very good card that gets better with Cersei, because the major reason you're playing her is not for her body, it is for her ability. Now, Cersei can turn that body into a phenomenally better, usually, 3-cost body, where most 3-drops are an improvement over White Widow. And despite the fact that this section sounds very objectifying, it has absolutely nothing to do with their actual bodies, but more their stats. I realized halfway through that I should clarify that. When I talk about the body of a card, typically I'm referring to the stat line that it has. Please, don't cancel me. Mysterio, a 2/4, is a slam dunk in pretty much anything that you're looking to play Cersei in, because Mysterio's downside is leaving stuff on the board Cersei turns those into 3-drops. Again, that's like a value upgrade here. And Mysterio has synergy with Mockingbird, which also has synergy with Cersei. So I would reasonably expect most Cersei decks to end up being, in some form, Mockingbird Mysterio decks. This deck actually feels like a very sort of paint by numbers deck, right? Like every card in here is like, oh, okay, she makes sense here because of this. Mysterio, she makes sense. She turns the downside into an upside. When you're doing your Annihilus plan, you don't draw Annihilus. She's your backup Annihilus. Like, there's a lot of stuff that overlaps here. You're turning cards that you played into cards that you didn't play, which helps your Mockingbird be 1 cost. Just a lot of very, I think, obvious stuff being done here, but sometimes obvious is still powerful. Debris, I think, is the biggest flex spot here. I can totally see you playing like a Red Guardian or something like that, but again, we're very much leaning into the Cersei bit here. Turning the Debris Rock into a 2-drop is very good. Like, this is all sort of, to my mind, fairly obvious stuff, but also with Debris, turning her into a 4-drop is very good, right? Like, you have multiple options to make this card good with Cersei because she has a bit of an undersized body at 3/3. Most things at 4 are going to be bigger than her. You're again benefiting from the Mockingbird synergy, so you can have Debris, then end up turning Debris and one other card into something else with Cersei, which gives you that 1-cost Mockingbird that you look for so much. Rocks! Lied! Yeah, you know why you're playing Rock Slide. I mean, like, it's a Darkhawk card. You put the rocks in your opponent's deck, and then you turn this card into something else, and because it's a 3/3, you get good value out of this. I feel like you should know this. I really, truly believe you should be able to know this. Rock Slide! You don't have to Nocturne off the red light! Nocturne's really good. Sentry is your Annihilus package enabler, but also a generally very solid card now that you have multiple ways to make sure that the Void is not a serious downside. One of the things you're going to want to think about in terms of how this deck plays out is you got to plan for Sentry lanes when you don't draw Annihilus and you do draw Cersei. So a lot of what that has meant to me is, like, I don't tend to play Mysterios, the real Mysterio, in the far right. I tend to want a token there so I can Cersei it if I don't have Annihilus. That is sort of how I think about how I order stuff like this. I also, if I don't have Annihilus, tend to put Hood over there because, again, it's like that is where I will want to mitigate the damage of these cards with the Cersei if I am unable to draw Annihilus. And I typically am fine just clogging one spot with Annihilus. It doesn't have to be -8. I'm cool with that. And so that means that, generally speaking, I end up not focusing very much on those on the far right lane because there is going to be a Cersei there or an Annihilus there that is going to make me win that anyway. So typically my Mysterios, my other cards go in different locations. Basically what I'm saying is when you play this card, play your early game expecting to either Mysterio or Annihilus it, but make sure you're putting yourself in a good situation no matter which one of those that it is. I'm being informed that I said Mysterio the Void in that last sentence. I'm sorry, I meant Cersei it. Darkhawk is very large. One of the things that this archetype has tended to struggle with in the past, and other archetypes like it have dealt with this as well, is that without one unit, one real way to go very tall in a lane, you can end up in some awkward situations just based on locations, based on matchups. It becomes actually fairly important to have something that you can just be like, this is 14 power. And Darkhawk is that card. Darkhawk is the card that you're like, ah, yes, this is going to be a big guy, 13, 11, whatever it is, it's bigger than anything else you play in the deck normally. Annihilus is a card that has a pretty distinct weakness to Professor X because when you play Sentry, they Professor X the Sentry lane, and you kind of eat it. Cersei helps to alleviate this weakness because it turns out Cersei works under Professor X. When Professor X comes down, even if they had priority, you are able to Cersei that Void and flip what is normally a very winning play into one that is not. Now, I'm not saying that's always going to work, right? It doesn't always happen. But just having them know that it is possible makes that play much scarier for them to make. You've gone from a play that always wins the game to a play that 50% of the time loses them the game. And that is a big deal. That is why I am sort of buying a Nihilist stock right now. This is a card that previously was poorly positioned in the metagame, but I genuinely think that Cersei can help change that. Cersei, rather than being like a pure all-star here, is just like a good piece. This is a mid-range deck that is full of disruption and full of synergy, and she just sort of slots right into that. We're not doing anything too overpowered. We're just putting good points on the board, disrupting the points our opponent is putting on the board, and generally being annoying while we do it. Cersei goes in so many different places here. She mitigates the downside of Mysterio. She upgrades White Widow. She upgrades Debris. She upgrades Rock Slide. These are all cards we were already playing in a deck like this, and now they have additional synergy with her. Again, we were also already doing Sentry Annihilus stuff, which now additional synergy with her. She's just a great fit with everything this deck is trying to do. The Mockingbird package, she creates cards that discount Mockingbird. The Annihilus stuff, she helps you get rid of the Void and does that Professor X thing that I talked about. The Rock Slide stuff, she turns Rock Slide into a card that actually has a body. All of this goes together and she just sort of slots right in. I don't know if I would call her required per se, but she's just like a 5-tool player. She does everything you want. Right now, here's an analogy for you. She's the Jason Tatum in the finals of this deck. Yeah, you know, not up to the levels of a star standard that you'd expect, but doing absolutely everything around the court. Mockingbird is the, like, Jaylen Brown, if we're gonna, like, go that route, I think. Mockingbird just consistently does powerful stuff, and having someone who is just gonna have that level of consistency is very valuable here. Mockingbird is almost always going to be cheap if you play a Mysterio, and very regularly will become a 1 cost. And that 1 to 2 breakpoint is very important, because all your big stuff costs 5. 5 plus 1 is what you want to do. It's the thing to accomplish. You can accomplish this by Cerseiing something. You can accomplish this by playing the demon out. However you accomplish it, it's the strongest play you have. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for making it through that video. A little bit wackier than normal, I'm going to be honest. I was doing a lot of banter with my chat while I was recording this, so some wacky jokes got left in there. I don't know. I think it's fine to have like a fun one once in a while, but all seriousness, I had a 62.5% win rate with this deck, and I climbed like 100 SP, and I think it's actually pretty damn good. Like, we can do some jokes, but also this is legitimately a pretty powerful deck, and Cersei is legitimately a very important piece of it, and I have enjoyed it. I know people are going to be asking, are you going to recommend I get Cersei? And what I'm going to tell all of you is there is an OTA in 2 days. By the time you watch this, it'll be in like 1 day. I'm begging ya, hand on my heart, please, just wait. Just wait and see. Just wait for them to do what they're going to do to the meta. It is never correct to buy a card day 1 on OTA weeks. Ever. As always, I've been Cam Best. You have been phenomenal. I will see you in the next one. Coco, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Fucking sucks. Hanjo's still doing it, huh? All right. Oh, it turned off Fogwells? That's so mean. That's so mean. That should be illegal. Boy, that can't be good. If I get fucking Central Park tier, I'm gonna cry. Did not get Central Park. Cool. For 4. Behold my power! The kitty is too big to overcome on Quantum Realm, right? Even if we, like, super evolve all of this stuff. Who the hell knows? Correct, it was. We died. God damn it, that's too many big shit. That's just too much big shit. Unless Cersei really comes through here, like Shang-Chi off the rock slide type deal. What? Cersei! You beast! What the fuck? Holy skill! Holy skill! That is the worst shit that's ever happened. Cool. Ugh. The pain. GG, that was... Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Behold. Debris nuts. That's going on YouTube? Probably. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know what I'm fucking supposed to do with this shit, man. I got no clue. What is their 8? They got something plus. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. We do win. I believe. Snap? Okay, sure. Is this the order? Sure. Oh my god, we're gonna lose somehow. We're gonna lose somehow. I haven't figured out how, but I'm horrified. They stayed? Yeah, I'm horrified. How the fuck did they beat right? I don't know. I'm assuming you're asking about right, KX. Demon, middle. Ironheart. Cersei? Oh my god, that's how. Wait, no it's not. Holy shit. We almost just got fucking Tanjo'd, dude. Like, fuck this card. This shit, everyone I play is like Safety Blade playing Prof X Cannonball. It's just like, well, that fucking blows. Fucking, that shit stinks. Or getting Hella'd or whatever the fuck. Oh, you... A chance to redeem ourselves, baby! We got a chance to redeem ourselves! Oh, shit, let's do it. Alright, they never expect this. What? What? That's illegal. I'll probably put the Cersei in the middle. It makes it much harder for them to deal with whatever I'm doing. And they can just see that it's a Cersei. And then next turn I have my choice of, like, the rest of this shit. Enjoy! What do we think that is? Sure. Goddamn, that is beating my shit. Jesus, it's hurting the Ronin! Oh my god! Holy fuck! I'll take the YOLO. It feels like this deck really wants me to play Jeff. Hey look, we unnerfed him. I know it's butt. I know. How's this deck been? Better than it probably should have. You motherfucker. Anyone clip Cersei wrecking me? I'll make Tanjo, I promise you, I will put it as the first thing on my YouTube video. I promise. Is this ever smarter than just like playing a Nihilist right now? Knowing that Butt is a Lady Deathstrike gamer. I want to try being weird with it. I want to try getting real weird with it. Don't put the hood there. I was kind of just expecting him to Lady D, honestly. Yeah, if he has Annie, he beats my shit, right? But if he has Annie, he's limited to 6 and 6. He's not gonna snipe me. It's just like, where does my demon go? Where does my dark hawk go? What are the 1-drops he plays? Does he have any of them? Is there a cheap death coming down? I just don't know enough. Thank fuck. I was pretty sure this beat most of the things he did because he doesn't have 1-drops, right? And being able to play like Tanjo. This is a guy whose strategy for the Loki mirror was literally never snap it. A lot of rocks. Rocks! But everyone knows that. You would be surprised. I think you'd be surprised. Rocks! Does anyone know what I'm referencing when I do the rocks thing? Yes, it is Roxanne. Good job. Roxanne, but it's just rocks. Rocks! You kind of hate that, don't you? Yeah, we're both pretty annoyed about what's going on here, I think. Behold. Rocks! Can the Mavs bounce back, or is it GG? They can. It's not a great matchup for them, but it's not, like, unwinnable. Rocks! And you don't have to turn on the red light. Rocks! They snapped me. What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean that they snapped me here? I'm terrified. Doesn't this mean we're getting fucking Annihilus to death? Does this mean are we? Oh man, I don't like this. Oh, that's fine. So what happens now? How are we dying? Do I want an Annihilus or do I want a Cersei? We can't go for left. The real Mysterio is. Fuck, we might be in trouble. Oh my god. We win a tiebreaker. We hit the Cersei off nut, dude. That was a pretty bad movie. I came away from that movie thinking, man, that was fucking terrible. I was like, damn, they did not, like, someone needs to, like, tell Taika Waititi no. That was what I came away from that movie thinking. I was like, holy shit, no one has ever told this man no in his entire life. And someone needs to start now. God, choosing a 3-drop is so fucking hard in this deck. But you're a Blade deck, so I think my instinct is I would like to stop the things from happening. I see. Can we get to 28? Instinctively, my thought is no, but it's actually, like, weirdly possible. Definitely not now. Okay. Sure. Why did they snap me? What do they have? They bring back Corvus Glaive Giganto on a Hela. We can call this a 50-50 if we want. Let's RNG it. Thank fuck. If I had lost that shit, Gauze, I did do it. Thank you. Sorry. I was about to call you a piece of shit, but I saw you gave me money, so I won't call you a piece of shit. Like, we're basically playing the, like, you're an idiot line. Which, you know, fine line. Feel free to play that line some of the time. But, like, it's... Oh, Jesus. It's fucking Mormon spam again? Come on, man. Wait, what? I mean, maybe it's the Scientology spam. I don't know. It's a thing. It's happened before, and it's fucking annoying. We need to guess where they wave. I'm guessing left. It's not Scientology. It's some other shit. Get got. Your drops are slow now. Oh. It was you all along. Would you play an Iron Man here and then play a Tribunal? Surely you wouldn't do such a thing. Right? Gonna go watch Dara Jan with actual fast drops? Holy shit. Whoa, they snap me? What the fuck would cause you to snap me? Is it you got my Annihilus off the Daily Bugle? It's my only possible read here. I'm still reading this as Annihilus, honestly. See? See that shit, chat? Oh, thunk. Solid dog. Ah. Well, that can't be good. He is so cute. You are so cute. They're talking about you. They're talking about you. you got to be sighing about, you little freeloader? What are you sad about? Holy shit. Had to play it now. Love what they're cooking. Do we try to contest that with our own Cersei? It feels kind of stupid. Woo-hoo! Goddamn chat. Let's go. Thanks. Really great post-game banter. Telling me how you still had all these that you could beat me with. We're not a good mini-lab deck because of debris. Why is everyone unmuted? What the fuck happened? People need to stop being unmuted. People need to stop being unmuted. I muted everyone and they keep becoming unmuted. It's killing me. Fun. Let's see what she gives me, I guess. I'll see. Oh, God. Wait, no target. Hello? Oh my God, that's the exact roll we needed to win. Holy shit. Holy shit. You win and lose. You win by the RNG. Holy shit. If it pulls the rogue, we die. All it rode in on. Ooh. Oh. I'm not snapping until I know what the fuck he's doing, but holy shit, this is good. T4 prof no snap, the equivalent to sitting on your balls by mistake. You have a lot of experience with that one, huh? Come on! I get a snow guard? This shit's rigged. Alright, you know what? It's fine, chat. Don't worry. It's fine. And by fine, I mean it's probably not fine, but it's very, very funny. Alright. Whatever. Fucking... And then next turn we debris it. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Everything is okay. Oh! We have it!